more and more clubs found that after a 5-hour dance, people needed a room to relax in. Here, DJs started playing ambient music, atmospheric sounds with little or no rhythm, which people could just sit and listen to. This is the chill-out room. Chill-out sounds were followed by chill-out images. Disc jockeys like Matt Black turned into video jockeys and began projecting surreal collages, a mixture of computer graphics, live TV and home video onto the walls of a chill-out room. These were images without narrative, designed on digital technology to accompany or replicate drug-induced hallucinations. Ravers would no longer exert their bodies. They would exert their minds instead.
Really, we want to turn people on, and get inside their heads. I mean, computers are just generally used in quite boring ways, and we want to use them in more interesting psychedelic ways. I'm kind of with McKenna and Shulgin on this one to a certain extent, which is, the human race needs to kind of evolve its psychic potentials by all means necessary, whether chemical materials, psychedelic computer input, or whatever. I feel it's important. It's a bit like a psychedelic cinema, a bit like a games arcade, a bit like a normal club, and a bit like an art gallery. We want to pump up that visual stimulation to the max, and that's part of what this is about. Also, with the interactive element, we want to lure people in to our world so they can start playing. The best thing is when someone comes up to you and they're off their face, and you give them the control to the CDI and they play with it and they go, "This is brilliant, man!" And they're still there 2 hours later playing with it, frantically waggling it away. In a way, it's like toys for trippers that we're making, and people can either be into it or not be into it. But I can just say, well, this is art, because it is art. I mean, this collection of boxes, if I ramp that up, that's generating 25 abstract electronic masterpieces a second. It's just an art machine. An abstract ambient art machine, and that's one level of justification for it. Yeah, I mean, we're quite into, just as an end in itself, just chilling out and letting the machines get on with it, as like a big up yours to all the people who think that they can tell you what art is, and they haven't got a clue. Modern art. I'm quite interested in kind of taking this stuff and rubbing it in the faces of people art critics and so on, who think they know what modern art is, and saying, no, this is modern art.